This is the first of two stories, both related to a very, very special tree in the village in the central Portugal where I live. The first is simply called The Tree. Terry and his friend John Marleb were having a coffee at their favourite Lisbon cafe. It was Terry who broke the silence after hearing what had happened. "So they cut down that majestic eucalyptus at the bottom of your garden because of the danger of it breaking and causing damage when it fell?" "That was the ostensible reason. But there are people around who spend their working hours looking for ways to do you down." They knew Sylvia loved that tree, and those storms at the weekend were really just an excuse for a complaint to the fire service. Beyond that, he wasn't prepared to go. He was thinking of his wife, who was still in the village. Her father had planted the tree 40 years ago, and it had become a point of reference along the whole valley, at close to 90 feet high, taller than anything in sight. She must have been heartbroken. Terry went on, "I want to tell a story around the event. You know, one of those one-page stories I like to write for family and friends." "Go ahead," said John. "Just start with what actually happened." "Okay, so far, that's easy. But I need something for the middle part of the story." "Well, don't forget that trees have been linked to human development since the days when Adam and Eve ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil." "I know," said the storyteller, "but that's already been done." John looked at him and tried another tack. "How about making the tree have human feelings? You know, like the Ents in Tolkien. But I suppose you're going to say—" Terry butted in, right on cue. "It's already been done." "Precisely." "Okay, but there are other stories about the relationship between men and trees. There's the one about the Oxford College, where a new chapel was built with oak beams, and they brought a field outside the town and planted oaks which would mature 500 years later, when the original beams would need to be replaced. Foresight spanning half a millennium." Terry looked at him. "You're not thinking straight. Let me spell it out." "It's already okay, said John. "So don't write a story. Just take Sylvia a small eucalyptus in a pot. Don't write about it, just do it. Tell her to plant it where the big tree came down. She can tell her children that in 40 years they may have to cut it down too. But cutting their mother's tree down doesn't matter as long as they plant another one, and tell their own children to do the same. Establish the continuity of the tree and the memories of the family." Terry looked at his friend. "So, you've told me how to start a story, and now you've told me how to end a story, and I don't have any inspiration for the middle." "Precisely," said John. "There's just the relationship between the family and the tree."